It begins with silence, the kind that stretches beyond the edges of reality, where the cold vacuum of space births whispers no human ear was meant to hear. Beyond the Milky Way, in the slow swirl of dying starlight, something ancient moves. It watches, and the universe seems to tremble. Something is coming that will choose Earth again. 66 million years ago, the Chicxulub impact ended the age of giants. What followed was not just extinction, but a reset, an obliteration written in dust and soot. Now, new calculations from orbital array data reveal a chilling symmetry. Another impactor may already be inbound, unseen behind the veil of cosmic radiation. Astronomers call it Object L9, an irregular mass from the outer Oort cloud, nearly 12 miles wide, tumbling through the void. It carries fragments of unknown material, something that does not fully reflect light. Sensors read whispers of electromagnetic decay, like static from the edge of time itself. High in Earth orbit, telescopes glance backward, capturing time-delayed signals echoing across light years. The anomaly's motion is erratic, as if conscious of the observation. Scientists hesitate to publish the raw data. It moves in ways gravity alone cannot explain. For some, this is not a rock. It is a messenger. In deep labs beneath Colorado's granite ridges, physicists replay the data on silent loops. Each frame, each spectral shift, suggests something unnatural, patterns too regular for randomness. Radio noise around the anomaly pulses in near-organic rhythm, faint but deliberate. They've started calling it the heartbeat of L9. If the impact trajectory holds, Earth has 50 years, perhaps less. Governments dismiss it, at least publicly. The common people cannot know such dread without spiraling into chaos. Yet in secret councils, power brokers discuss survival vaults, subterranean kingdoms, the illusion of control over a cosmic inevitability. Beyond the solar frontier, probes seek to intercept the anomaly, but each loses signal at the same cosmic coordinate, a point where physics falters. When the feed returns, cameras capture only static and a subtle low hum. Engineers insist it is interference. Others whisper of consciousness in the storm. Meanwhile, Earth grows restless. Magnetic anomalies rise, deep-sea currents shift, and birds abandon ancient migration routes. It feels as though the planet itself senses what approaches. Beneath our oceans, something primal stirs in the sediment, remembering the terror that once blotted out the sky. L9 continues toward the inner system. Its path bends slightly toward Earth, as if guided by invisible fingers. Spectral scans detect composition unknown in any meteorite, something crystalline, resonant, perhaps hollow. Whatever it carries, it isn't inert. It may be alive, or worse, it may awaken something asleep within. Ancient myths echo warnings, stories of fire from the heavens, gods reborn from falling stars. Cults resurface online, preaching worship to the returner. They claim the impact is destiny, rebirth through annihilation. Their numbers grow as governments lose credibility. Fear has always been fertile ground for faith. Night skies bloom with strange auroras, luminous rivers of green and crimson that pulse with inaudible rhythm. Instruments detect subsonic waves traveling through the crust, untraceable to any source. Somewhere beneath consciousness, animals whine, tremble, flee. The fabric of Earth itself begins to quiver. On news broadcasts, scientists argue, impact or pass by, catastrophe or miracle. Stock markets recoil, faiths fracture. Yet the anomaly remains indifferent, gliding closer with the serenity of a predator. To the cosmos, extinction is simply renewal, a balancing of entropy and will. Seismographs record phantom tremors, vibrations that correspond with L9's orbital path, though it's still millions of miles away. Skeptics demand explanations, but silence answers. The hum grows faintly audible to certain frequencies, slipping beneath dreams. People awaken hearing it echo in their bones. The ocean swells rise higher each week. Atmospheric disturbances follow patterns no meteorologist can model. It's as if L9 exerts an emotional gravity, bending possibility itself. Even satellites behave erratically, glitching as though space resists being observed too closely. Governments worldwide dust off asteroid deflection plans, massive kinetic impactors, nuclear payloads, gravitational tethers. None reach consensus. Some warn that intervening may provoke consequences beyond matter. They speak of phenomena that predate physical law, entities woven into L9's crystalline mass. Deep space surveillance holds one haunting discovery. L9 murmurs in microwave static, encoding a repeated prime sequence. The numbers align perfectly with the Fibonacci spiral found throughout nature. Even the orbits of moons seem to twitch in resonance, like strings plucked in tune with cosmic design. In the deserts of Nevada, neural researchers connect AI models to the raw signal. The machines respond strangely, crafting swirling fractal images before melting down in digital seizures. The last coherent phrase before failure, "You were never alone." Religious leaders confess similar visions, cathedrals filled with shadowed oceans, glass-like beings rising above them. The boundaries of dream and prophecy blur. Humanity's oldest fears crawl from the subconscious, wearing the same mask that once ended the dinosaurs, illumination through devastation. Space agencies lose their final probe. Before transmission dies, the feed shows what looks like light bending around a pulsing core. The anomaly doesn't collide, it consumes. Its approach alters the magnetosphere. The northern lights now reach the equator, sweeping like curtains of apocalypse. Now only weeks remain. Emergency broadcasts loop guidance without meaning: shelter, conserve, remain calm. Orbit decay increases as satellites collide, forming metallic constellations of ruin. Humanity gazes upward, each person a microcosm of disbelief and wonder at the serenity of their doom. Some whisper of refuge beyond Earth, a desperate leap to Mars colonies or orbital stations. But experts know truth cannot be outrun. When the sky opens, every hiding place becomes transparent. The end, they say, is not the same as death, it is revelation. L9's surface fractures along luminous lines. The crystalline body unfolds like a lotus made of glass and ice, revealing an interior brighter than any star. Energy readings exceed comprehension, resonating with Earth's radio spectrum. Signals synchronize until the planet itself begins to sing. Through telescopic feeds, millions watch live streams of the impossible. The objects form morphs, branches of light curling through void, tendrils questing toward Earth's atmosphere. It is no longer merely a mass, it is architecture, a mind sculpted of radiation and memory. Time dilates. Seconds become oceans. Gravity stretches perception into ribbons of madness. For moments longer than eternity, humanity glimpses something vast peering through the rip in space, a visage built from collapsing galaxies, eyes that are quasars, mouth a singularity of thought. L9 reaches upper atmosphere. Instead of fiery entry, it halts, hovering. Space folds within itself, and silence splits open. Every electrical system fails. Then the air trembles with an inaudible resonance that presses against every mind, whispering the absence of mercy. In laboratories, hard drives melt as new particles drift through closed environments, ethereal, ghost-like, rewriting atomic behavior. Reality feels recursive, replaying itself at the edge of comprehension. Whatever intelligence birthed L9 now uses Earth as both mirror and sacrifice. Cities tremble as oceans rise without tide, drawn toward a sky bleeding auroral fire. Gravity no longer descends, it dances sideways. Spectrometers burn out, documenting impossible wavelengths. Consciousness itself seems to ripple, like data compressing before deletion. Then, unbearable brightness. The horizon disappears, not in destruction, but in expansion. Every molecule hums, glowing as if awakened into awareness. For one infinite instant, humanity becomes part of something unutterably alien. The scream of creation echoes through empty sky. When the light fades, silence claims all. No bodies, no ruins, only a faint crystalline dust drifting over a newborn landscape. Earth remains, remade an image inconceivable. Those who might still exist cannot be human as we define the word. The cosmos records another chapter in its endless script of birth and annihilation. Somewhere beyond, stars flicker as if in memory. L9's remnants orbit calmly, humming the Fibonacci refrain that began it all, an echo of intention older than time. Astronomers of future generations, should any remain, will name it the second Chicxulub, not for its size, but for its revelation. Extinction, they will say, is communication beyond the limits of life. The cosmos speaks only through silence and awe. And somewhere in that silence, buried beneath molecular ash, a pulse continues, steady, measured, waiting. It breathes through tectonic plates and magnetic fields, whispering to the next sentient thing that dares to rise, remember the sound that called you home. The darkness rolls again across infinity. The observer and the observed merge, indistinguishable in cosmic reflection. There will be more worlds, more witnesses, more endings. As long as the void dreams, the universe will whisper its hunger. Thus ends the story that is also the beginning, a cycle of light consuming itself. Somewhere, deep beneath the cosmic hush, a solitary thought echoes, like starlight trapped beneath ice. There is no death, only transformation, only the eternal heartbeat of oblivion. Chicxulub 2.0, our final horizon, our awakening into the unknowable. If the universe had a face, this would be its unblinking eye. And in its gaze, every dream of permanence is burned to truth. We were always temporary, fragile, and ours was only ever borrowed time.